Who knows about this classic? Hey. Yeah.
See the black top mark in the curve, that's a melanin whip. I don't serve, no sell it on strips, might put up for a function. If it's pagan free, smile in my face, but they hate on me, man. It's pagan season. Talk shit for no man talking, start sneezing, allergic to fakeness. Man, it's greatness I'm preaching.
Kairo-Cause is in the room. How do I activate this? There you go.
What are you saying, family?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's long overdue, innit?
Yeah. Did you like that little introduction?
Yeah, I see the last one you did still. That's when I was like, it's a good topic. It's a good topic to run.
And yeah, bro, that was just bringing me memories on that tune.
What, I know one?
Yeah, bro. Like, I guess it shows age as well a little bit. Was you inspired by garage? Well, I guess.
Yeah, partly because of like family and stuff. But garage is a big foundation for grime, and that's where obviously Us Man started, innit?
Yeah, seen.
So
and what you done? I just realized you did a tune with Harvey as well.
Yeah. That's family still. That's family.
How do you hook that up?
Family, like I said, it's long overdue, bro. So obviously them man were pioneers with garage and that.
Yeah, of course.
So growing up, it was like ragga, dancehall, garage, and then grime progressively. And then obviously, the more they got into it, when they started doing their garage thing, I thought, right, I'll do it like my own thing, innit?
Yeah.
And then done a couple of remixes, and it transpired because they ended up like taking man out on what do you call it, Kentish Town O2 supporting act.
Okay.
So that was good. Yeah, that was good, man.
Dang. Yeah, I think that's what put me onto you actually. Well, Daz initially, because I was around Daz's he was doing a video for me.
Yeah.
But then I think you just came up on the feed through that video was premiered on Grime Daily, right?
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because them man showed that
and like midway, I could see how you stepped the flow up. Like you went in proper.
Do you know it's one of them songs? It's rude not to, innit? If you're gonna do something on that sort of song, you have to go correctly, innit? So yeah, that was one of those things.
See, man. But yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, this used to be called Raw for people that don't know, people that are going to be tuning in. I'm calling it IndiVisual because it feels a bit more original. And the whole point is just inspiring the next generation about the real stories of the independent grind, really. Doing this work-life balance. Or if there's a balance.
It's a good topic still.
Yeah, man. And yeah, guys, so we got Kairo-Cause because he resonated with the post that I put from, I've been thinking about this for time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, just with me going through the battle of making it work. But when I saw Double S's post, he resonated with it.
I think that's where you reposted it, isn't it? It was talking about the balance between it. He put up like the salaries. Between. Yeah, that's crazy though. That's mad.
So yeah, we'll get into that. But you know what? Let's rather than me go on a tangent, it's so solid. Let's proper introduction from yourself, bro.
So for those that don't know me, producer, songwriter, rapper, Kairo-Cause, South London based, and basically we started a conglomerate called OSF Society. So that's just like a music, art, and film sort of collective. So what we're doing is we're pushing like music visuals, we're pushing production. And it's just self-made really. That's our thing. That's our like little label.
I hear that. You know, as soon as you're saying that, you know, I was thinking of I haven't heard them in a little while, but I think they're called Last Night in Paris.
Yeah. I've heard about them still. Yeah. They were doing their thing as well.
Yeah. And I love the visuals especially, like it was it's cool. So what you do it all? Yeah,
bro. But I feel like in the music, in the creative industry, I feel like a lot of people can relate and say, yeah, we do it all. It's not, it's very rare someone's like, I've got a team for this, I've got a team for that. Because again, when you're talking budgets and you're talking working, it's like you find a way. But yeah, we pretty much, I edit my stuff, Daz does all the visuals. Another guy called Ads with Hush Films, he does my visuals as well. But we always like trade for trade in it, because Daz will do his bit, I'll edit it up, I'll send it to Daz. Daz is like, right, this is cold. He'll post it. Goes the same with my boy Hush Films. So and then I produce all my beats, and then anything you hear from my brother, which is Nico, he does his thing as well. He's like a soul R&B singer. He produces for himself as well, man. So it's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah,
man. No, you say that you're right in the sense of, well, I feel like I'm a Renaissance man anyway. Like I do it all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't feel like I've met too many people that do it all.
What do you do? What would you say, like, with your stuff? That's where you've had to step into that kind of, I'm doing most of it myself, like.
Well, it all started off with curiosity, really. So like, like I went to uni to do graphics.
Yep.
And then I came out, I did animation.
Okay.
Because to be real, like, I graduated, I'll show my age now. I graduated in 2009, and I remember the recession. And I just remember my friends that were getting graphic design jobs. They couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
And my one friend who, he's a kind of fake it till you make it kind of guy, but he'll stick with it. He'll just copy adverts. He'll just copy stuff, but he knows how to do it to a T. So anyway, he got a job at Apple.
Yeah.
Apple, the agency that handled Apple's animation. And he was just telling me about day rates and whatnot, and he was like, "Look, you can get double, like as an animator."
100%.
So I was just like, "Really?" I was like, "All right, cool. I'm struggling, so let me just hibernate for 2 weeks, do a show reel, and then come back out."
100%.
So then, bro. Cut long story short, I do freelance animation now.
Okay, cool.
And then music videos. I started doing music videos for friends anyway. Rapping for years. Production, I never really got into. I felt like every time I was gonna step into it, it just wasn't working out. Until recently, I've just gave myself more patience and me like, you know what? Let me get into this. So, I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning just doing all that.
Mad.
Just learning. I got like MPC beats. I got like this little.
I see. I see you do the things.
But, it's just. Yeah, just like at the end of the day, I'm just curious, and I just at this moment in time, production-wise, I'm more about the sound rather than rapping per se. It's just like I just want to create a sound. So man, it's a journey. And I think if you're just curious and you're just like you're not trying to follow the trend, it's just inevitable.
I think that's where it starts though, because most of the time, when you can't find people that are on, say, your particular sound, that's what then allows you to start delving into how to make that sound yourself, innit? Because I guess for you as an artist, it's going to be harder because you're thinking producer-wise, I got to find someone who makes my sound. You see what I mean? So it's like, for me, it was like, I had that struggle before, but then it was like, I'll start making it myself. So project-wise, visuals-wise, it's like, okay, cool, can't find this man to do this. Let's learn how to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't find the right person to do this. That's when I linked up with Daz, because Daz was, at the time, he was doing a thing, and my cousin was helping him as well. So they were like shooting together. Him and Trey were shooting together. It was like, you see what I mean? So it was like, right, boom. So I see how Daz shoots. I'm like, right, I know he can do this. So when it's a particular visual, I'm hollering Daz straight away. I'm like, yo, bro, we need to do. And if it's a other boy now, I'll go to him. He patterns up. And then if it's a particular sound or whatever, I'll call on my brother or I'll call on my brethren, like some people that featured on tapes before. Like if I need a vocal singer, I know Shantae Grace. I'm like, right, boom, Chantel, can you help me with? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how it collects. But it's just about getting that traction, because the minute it takes off now, and people are sold, that is it, bro. That is literally it. You don't really need to step out of that circle. It's more enhancing the facilities that circle has, and that is really it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a big thing still.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, similar to like Stormzy had his team before it popped off, you know what I mean? So like, as you're talking, I can see that like it's all connected. Yeah, bro. What I was gonna say, the 9 to 5 concept. So, like you've just stepped out of 9 to 5, right?
Well, you say that, but it's been like a whole 2 months already, you know. It's been a whole 2 months already. I woke up today, paid my bills, and I was like, oh, this one stung me still. I was like, we're on to month 3 now. Do you get me? So it's getting real, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Like you, I'm literally just about to release some trailers for all of our editorial work. You know, like the editing, the color grading, the music videos. I've set up a track train for all the instrumentals. I want to start selling instrumentals to all these artists, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And just putting out different categories, because I was just determined where it's like someone sees what we do and they say, fam, like, how is that not your job? But they don't understand. It's not that easy for a creative, bro. You don't just go on Indeed.com and go, oh, boom, music producer, and start slapping beats out for 40K a month. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that easy. So I'm about to put that out as a feeler, like on Fiverr, on Insta, and see if we can get some freelance work until further notice, because right now I'm just, the freedom I've gained, fam, I'm uninspired to go back to working, but at the same time I still respect I respect it at the same time. I respect it at the same time. It's got to be done.
The transition. So like how long was you thinking about quitting? What was you doing before anyway?
So this is the mad thing. So before, I had like generic jobs, like I was working in a hospital time ago, and then I just got fed up in it. Me and my boy Jason was like, he was like so determined to get into property, but he had more bank than me. So he was like, right, I'm going to get this flat here. I'm going to move into another job related to what we was doing in the hospital, which was procurement. He's like, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to try to flip money off of the flats. What are you saying? I was like, right, boom, I need to find a way. So we was working in King's College Hospital. So every shift, we kind of manage our own diaries, innit? So we was bodying our work by, say, 3 o'clock on a 9 to 5 shift. And by 3 o'clock, my man was in the college. We was job hunting, innit? So I started job hunting for like estate agents because I wanted like a sales job. And then man ended up landing a job at Dexter's in Clapham, Volkswagen in Driftbridge, which is like Epsom side.
Yeah, no, Epsom.
You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I love my cars, innit? You've seen, like, you've seen things. I love my cars, innit? So, and then what happened is someone said to me, "Rah, if you got a job in Driftbridge, we got this post for like a high luxury sector job, innit? Like we think you should go for it." So I said the interview process was mad, but let's go again, innit? Let's just try it. And when I got there now, I was sat in this room, no lie, like no word of a lie. They're saying, "Rah, we're gonna open up a Porsche showroom in South London somewhere." I live in South London, so I'm like, there's nowhere here where you're setting up a flipping, do you know what I'm saying? Porsche dealership, innit? So man's gone now to the East London Porsche Centre. I'm sat down in this room now. There, man, they're talking about, oh yeah, so these lots on that side of the room's here for Aston Martin. These man on the right side of the room's here for McLaren. These man in the middle of the room's here for Porsche. I'm thinking, right, is this how you're going on? Yeah. So man, done that now, bodied that, got that. I remember working in the hospital, and one day VW called me and was like, yeah, you got the job. And literally 2 hours after, Porsche called me and was like, you got the job as well, fam. To work for a new centre, everything. So obviously I took Porsche. And yeah, fam, before you know it, first year you're like a dickhead, like you're like a side man, just a runner in it because you're doing all your training. So I had to take a cutback financially, but I knew obviously it's going to work out. And then when that first year hits, once you do your first year and you're accredited, it's commission time, innit? And obviously you try to work for yourself, so it's like the more you sell, the more money you make. And first year you lose that. So I lost 1 year to music balance because you're putting all into being a trainee.
Yeah, of course.
Second year, you're trying to prove yourself and you're trying to make money. So that second year, I was balancing well. Man's selling cars. I was doing nuts hours, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was doing Monday to Saturday, 8:30 till 6 p.m. But you know how it goes. It's not 6 p.m. You're finishing 6:30, 7 o'clock. I was doing hour commutes there and back. Man, never seeing me do work and going, how are you making videos? And then going to work. And then it's like, bro, I did Kentish Town 02 with Stacks 012's in the chat right now. I done Kentish Town with him, yeah. And after we came off stage and that, we finished at the So Solid reunion at like 3 a.m. Next morning, man's in the showroom delivering a car to a customer in Dunstable, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm Snapchatting away, and it's like this time 4 hours ago, man's shelling on stage, and then 4 hours later, man's on the motorway from delivering whips, bruv. So it really was that balance in it. But yeah, so I lost the second year because the second year is like commission time, and you're balancing your work. Come to the third year now, we've gone into COVID, innit? And it just got nuts. It just got nuts. Oh shit. It just got nuts, fam. So it was that whole like consensus of like getting stuck into the whole system of everything to make money. And that's when I thought to myself, you know, I'm losing my way with what I'm here to do, innit? And when I'm deep in the money was good, but it's not on a mad grand scale of like what people can earn in it. Especially if you're creative and you catch like a nice deal and you start to make a name for yourself. So yeah, and COVID taught me, you're just a number, bro. You're just a number, fam. You're just a number. We was losing family left, right, and centre. I'm sure other people on here has lost someone or known someone who they've lost. These men are asking you, all right, so what time are you here? Like, what time are you back in? It's all mad. Like, they're just expecting man back to work, like nothing. And that's when I was like, we got furloughed. And you see, like, the big lockdown where everyone was shitting themselves. That lockdown there taught me to just take things back in it. I was all locked in our rooms. The biggest space you had was your garden or a balcony or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? That's before they let a man go out for walks, innit? And then all of a sudden they let a man go out for walks, man cycling. I'm seeing Donnies that don't do fitness, bro. Full Nike Tech fleece tracksuit. Late, like, mad traders going for runs, fam. Walking dogs. I ain't even seen pets. I ain't even seen neighbors have pets. They're walking all sorts of animals, man. They're walking goldfish outside just to be outside. Do you get me? So that's when I realized, and I made so much music in that one little space. I was like, fuck this. So when I went back to work in July, went into second lockdown, and again, they just carried on having us working, bro. So I made the first plan to leave. And before I left, before the second lockdown, I went to leave. And I was like, this ain't it. Then I started saving again. So I started saving in arrears, basically, bro. Whatever you save, how long will that take you? Just wrote out a plan. I know it sounds dumb, but I advise people do it, man, for their own sanity, fam. Like, write out a plan, how much you've saved. Me and my cousin's solid, man. He helped me with it. He sat me down. He was like, all right, boom, bang. If this goes wrong, if this fine comes through, how long have you got? And then as soon as I hit like a 6-month buffer, worst case and best case, where I ain't skipping christenings, weddings, birthdays either, I was like, I'm gone, bro. When I handed in that notice, them man were shocked. They were shocked. And they all said the same thing. Are you sure you want to do it? But you see, when I was leaving, all them man there were spilling their hearts out. Oh, do you know what, mate? I'm going to have to go through to retirement in 2 years' time to get out of this. I'm looking at them man like, bro, you're like my dad's age. I could never hear my dad talking like that, fam. Do you get me? I don't hear no loved one saying, raw, like, this ain't the ideal condition for me. I need to get out of this, but I got 2 more years because I got to pay the bills and I want to retire. That's dead, man. Like, obviously, you got to do what you got to do in it, but so yeah, here we are, still trying to push the music. But at the same time, bills need to be paid, so I respect why people have to stay in their jobs whilst doing music. And it's real, fam.
And and that's smart, to be honest, with the plan, because with me, when I quit, like, I had a plan, but I didn't plan out the financials.
Yeah, it's hard.
Properly.
It's mad.
My thing was just, at the time,
I
was living in, because I'm based in the East, so I was living in Haggerston.
Yeah.
And I was working in Richmond, actually.
That's a myth, bro.
It was mad, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I lived closer to. I didn't live in Richmond, but I lived closer to that. I was living near Wimbledon, but it was just there around there. So I came back to East.
Yeah.
And just the rent I was paying, I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So
it's mad.
I went back to my mum's for a little.
Yeah.
And then the agency that represent me for animation there in Hackney Wick.
Okay.
But then what happened is that I signed up with this agency for animation work. And they were getting me work, and I was just like, no, I can't do it this week. I'm editing my music video.
Oh, swear. So they're bringing you the bag and you're kind of putting it off because you need to do your stuff, innit?
In the zone, I was just like, it was the first time I did an album, and I was like, all right, I've got to do a music video, I've got to do the artwork, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I didn't see how I could do it all, so I was just like, you know what, guys, I'll be back. I'll do it in 3 weeks. I'm not available right now. That was the peak.
You realize this,
you can't, like, at that time, especially as I was new in the sense of experience as a freelancer and going to all these agencies. I learned after a while I just had to say yes.
You have to prove yourself to them first,
to get my foot in the door. So like now I got flexibility, but then I was just stupid.
Because until you prove yourself to them and they've seen the groundwork, you can't really say no. Like, you got to take it on to body the work for them to go, all right, cool, he's on job. So next time they holler you, they're like, we're gonna call him again. But you don't know these things, innit?
Exactly.
It's one of them things, innit? It's one of them things. But no, the balance is mad. I think the only thing people don't respect, you probably have this as well. Music is very, very, what do you call it? Subjective, innit? So it's like, boom, bam, like, okay, I don't know. I feel like a lot of artists on the come up can shoot themselves in the foot. Because if you don't be yourself, bruv, you will get drawn out. Because if you want to be, boom, this lifestyle, that lifestyle, it costs money. Do you know what I'm saying? And in front of the camera and out of the camera, like, Donnies didn't even know I was driving my car for like the last 2-3 years until I put in a music video. They're saying, you're renting this, you're renting that. I'm like, fam, that's my actual car, innit? But I understand that if I was to put myself in that pressure to live that lifestyle or put certain things in my videos, when that's off camera, it's peak. Because this man's not working, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how's man keeping up? So one thing I would have said is, when you're doing the music balance, it's jarring when an outsider sees your finished product, yeah? So they see your visuals, they see, or they hear the music and it's glossy and you're on Spotify and you're on Apple Music. And they're like, oh, rah, Rick's gone clear, like, da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, bro, I got to go work tomorrow. What do you mean you got to go work tomorrow? You just dropped a tape. What do you mean I just dropped a tape? Bruv, what sort of numbers do you think man's hitting right now? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that balance, people forget you are human too with what you're trying to do. Like, I've seen fairly established artists where their numbers are hitting nicely. And I'm looking at them and I'll be bucking them on roads and they're saying to me like, oh, rah, well done, man, just cop the, oh, sick, bro, you just did that. And I'm thinking, shit, do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that because you're in a position I'm trying to be in. And if you're talking about well done, I'm looking at you like, I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to hit your numbers. I'm trying to be in your position. I'm trying to have your visuals. Like, I'm trying to be in your label position. That's what scares me with the music industry. Because I remember there was that one point in the music game where you could be a fucking bank manager, bruv, and you're probably making more than your local rapper, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? There was one time where the UK scene was struggling and it was like, man, them weren't getting paid their dues, innit? I feel like it's only now they're really catching their proper deals, but yeah, I think that the music balance to working life is also when to say when. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know when would you say is gonna be your when to say when with what you're doing, because it's like, how long do you do it until it makes money, or how long do you keep going? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's an important one, but they don't understand it. If you're not a creative and you see it from the outside in, it just looks glossy. It just looks glossy. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, visuals.
Yeah, and we as artists can get caught up in it. So
100.
For me, the group I was in, we're on a break, but my group Jungle Brown, we got signed to a label 2 years ago.
Oh, and nice.
That was like, in my head, that was a massive transition in the sense of like, nah, this is the time. Like, we're gonna,
it's gonna do,
and it's just, bro, the expectations of that, and then just the outcome of what happened. It was mad, to be honest. Like, mentally, just that, like, just because, like, I don't know, you just expect, like, at the end of the day, you're on a label, you expect a lot, you know what I mean? Like I was like going ham with just like the A&R and just sending emails like, all right, cool, you're gonna get us in like Urban Outfitters, right? Like, you're gonna get us the sync over here, you're gonna do this, do that.
Mad.
But I felt like I had to do that because at the end of the day, like, this is the moment, right? But, I don't even want to go into that too much, but it's just, I guess, to be more beneficial to people that are watching. I think it's more so the thing, like, all right, cool, the expectations of a label, but also, like, you're looking on social media and you think whatever you see is the glorified show reel, this is it. Like, this is this is how it's working. So for us, like, Target was playing us. We were getting like Mr. Jam was playing us.
I swear. So you felt like it was it. That was it.
Yeah, like, we were getting jams of the week. And all of this stuff, and it's like, getting messages like, Rick, it's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at my bank account, and I'm just like,
it's not correlating.
I don't think you guys understand, but
do you know what? It's so important you said that, because so many people will see that, be like, label backing, PR, like, he's got visuals, and like you said, bank balance wise, you're still having to go and secure the bag from a next man handing out a CV and doing what you have to do, innit?
Exactly.
But I feel like that in itself is the hardest part of music, because people don't see or respect that side. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially, I don't know, say certain labels, they hold you, you got like, you're signed now, it looks good, they show off your music for a minute, and you're like, okay, cool, like, there's not a lot of artists that get picked up at such a young age where they're still necessarily in their parents' house, or they can still do the whole, all right, well, I'll just get by in it. So when it's real, man's got to pay rent, man's got to do this, man's got to feed myself. Some people are artists, they've got kids, they've got a real story, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you expect man to do? Don't talk to man about you're signed or you're signed. I'm like, I'm signed, but try to tell my landlord I'm signed, bro. You get me? Tell my landlord I'm signed then. Tell man, I just got 50,000 streams, bro. He's like, but the rent's due in 3 days.
And the thing is, like,
do you know what I'm saying?
They expect you to be like available at all times. So it's like,
Yeah,
all right,
100.
cool, this little BBC appearance and whatnot. But like with me, freelance wise, like I can be flexible. But with the other two band members, like the producer, like he was a kitchen porter. Like he can't just like take time off just to
go to.
Managed it. To be honest, he quit, but. It was just one of them. Was just like for us to even rehearse. Because my thing was like, all right, I got work, and then after work, that all right, let's do the show. But it's like to rehearse and be at a level. It's like
it's a hard balance.
Like when's the time? Like it's like,
it's a hard balance. It's a hard balance. It's a hard balance, bro. And the harder one is going back to the independent side of things is preparation. So obviously, another thing people don't see is when someone has a label backing or they got help or they got like artist development support, they just see, got this placement, went on stage, did this, Man's been hit up before, you would have had this, do you want to perform here? Cool. You're handling your own email, cool, whatever. Like, you're dealing with the dates. You might have one of your band members, right? You're having to tell your band member, that's a manager's job. You're telling your band member, because you ain't got management. You're telling them, right, boom, on this date, we got this. Every man's working. You're having to organize your own rehearsals. You're having to organize your own logistics, like how we doing this, how we doing that. When that man said to me, Kentish Town O2, I'm like, bruv, the biggest stage I've showed is like a corner shop pub, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I won't even know what it sounds like to be on stage to that extent. And I pulled up with my boy. We didn't even get a sound check. I just remember I had a tune or a verse that I was doing with So Solid at the show. Then I had my own little thing at the beginning as a supporting act. When I came and did that one little thing, I remember what they said is, they heard like my voice. They were like, Mic 4. That's all I heard, fam. That was it. When it come to performing now, them man are like, have you got a DJ? I'm like, bruv, you man had that pattern. They're like, no. Go upstairs to the 3rd floor, ask the Donny with the red hat. It was like that, fam. Man's bust through. I'm going past this guy, going past. Yo, my man. Yo, yeah. He's looking at me like, who are you? I'm like, I got. Here's the USB. Yeah, all right, cool. Man's had to drag him downstairs at like 9. The man like announcing us has announced us. I bought my boy Stacks. I'm saying, right, I need Mic 4, and I'm thinking, oh shit, can we get my man a cordless? They just grabbed him a thing. I'm there tapping the mic behind stage, like, yeah. So I can hear the feedback. And then man's just gone out and showed it, fam. And on the forefront, people are like, yo, fam, you're sick. Hey, what? I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. That's what our manager's supposed to put man on, so they don't see that independent side as well. And then the next thing you know, man's taking myself from there, driving home, back in bare water and that, wake up in the morning, putting on a suit and going to Dunstable in a Porsche, bruv. It's deep.
It's mad.
It's deep.
But that's the hustle, bro. Like I love hearing that. I think that's people need to hear that reality.
100, bro.
Because I'm into it just from the sense of like, even before watching, Gary V.
Yeah.
I'm just on that flex anyway. Just like I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning most nights, just like working on my passion in it. So but that's the grind, bro. I had a similar thing with my group in the sense of stepping up the live performance, only because our sound is like kind of 90s hip hop, or that's how it was categorized at the start. We supported De La Soul when they came to Birmingham and Bristol, and their show is like levels, like the way they bounce off each other and the timing, the stories in between.
100.
Like I was just like watching and like, whoa, like okay, guys, this is the level now.
And it's set from that. It's set from that.
So yeah, bro.
What would you have said is your like what would you say is the kind of the glitz and the glam for what you was doing in terms of like where people won't understand necessarily if they're creative, why you would choose the path to just work? Because to you, you're doing what's necessary. But to someone else, they're just like, yeah, but why are you working? You must have had that. It must have jarred you. Yeah, bro. Well, if you're a solid producer, why are you in the showroom? Like, it must happen to you, bro. Like someone saying to you, if you're doing this, why are you doing that? You can do you can create visuals or you can create graphics. Why are you still doing this? Or if you're a musician, why are you not just making music? Drop the graphics. Like you must have had to entertain that conversation a few times.
Yeah. You know what? It's been a journey in the sense of believing in myself.
Yeah. That's key.
Like, to be honest, like going to uni was the only thing I was supposed to do, innit?
Yeah.
Like, my mum just wants the like certificate so she can show her friends and like keep up with the Joneses. Yeah. And that's all that matters. She don't even know what I do. like, she's like, oh, you do animation or videos? Like, yeah, man,
Mad
that's
thing.
good. But
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first thing, and then music was a thing where it's just like, you know what, like, like the money is cool. I'm set. Like, let me just do what I love, innit? Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it starts popping. But then there was a point. To be honest, in 2016, I went traveling. I went to Asia, Southeast Asia for 3 months.
Oh, mad.
When I was out there, not working at all and just feeling the vibes and just like seeing culture and whatnot, I was like, you know what? If I come back to England, I'm only doing what I love. Like, I'm not staying there for anything else because, like, I'm missing all of this side of the world. I'm just in this rat race of just working. Yep. So, like, I came back and agency called me up again. Welcome back. I was like, yeah, I'm only working 2 weeks of the month. I'm focusing on music. They're like, all right, cool.
Is that how you're feeling?
Yeah. And then, to be honest, it was a mad one because, like, I was like busking. I was doing everything. I was like, by any means necessary.
You are not going back.
So, like, my backstory is like I was in foster care. In Bournemouth, and my first album was about my experience in care, and just through, like, let's say the industry not fully getting what I'm doing, but social services or foster kids know what I'm doing. Social services were like, hey, would you want to do a workshop with the young people, just teach them about songwriting and like And I was like, yeah. And, like, honestly, the experience was like so like heartfelt and amazing. I was like, you know what, even if I'm not doing the music fully, just to teach people that have been through experience with me how to do it, then
as long as it's in relation. As long as it's in relation to what you stand for, innit?
100%. So, like, that I went full throttle with. It was kind of difficult because, to be honest, let's say if more money was coming from workshops with kids, it's very, especially with social services, it's very ad hoc. So you never know who's got budget and where the budget's coming from, and then people telling me to go to Arts Council. But to be honest, the way that I am, I just want to be creative all day long. I don't want to fill in no forms. I don't want to like sweet talk anyone. I just want to create. Which I've learned over time that I need to balance it a little bit. There has to be a little bit of talking.
There's a balance,
how the cogs work. Or delegate it to someone who does all of that paperwork stuff. But anyways, what happened is that at the end of 2017, although I was known like a kind of public speaker and a kind of foster care advocate, helping with creative services, just because the money was ad hoc, and I was just like, I don't know, like, it's sick getting like doing public speaking for a fee that I'm just like, yo, this is like double my day rate. This is crazy. It was just too random. I was just I couldn't be in a space where I could be like, all right, boom, I do that, and then let me just focus on writing. Let me just focus.
There's no structure.
It was too random. So basically, what happened is that I said after a while, I talked to the agency again. I was like, all right, look, I'll be a bit more flexible with the work. And I just, bro, you know what? It's like I think I'm not even explaining this in a succinct way, but you just got to take each day as it comes and just be flexible.
100.
That's the main thing. Like, there's no set routine. Being a creative, you just got to be on it and just be like ready. This time off I've had I would say first 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie, it was like revenge on life, bro. That was like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm doing whatever I want. I'm getting here, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. So that was good. And then third week was like create. Do you know what I'm saying? Just create. So I've already bodied, Lord knows, I've bodied another 2 tapes. But now it's like being heard. So I'm focusing my time on like marketing, innit? In that time, whilst I was doing all the visuals and stuff, I was like, right, you need to like make trailers for your stuff and show people the services that you've got. So whilst you're searching for this or searching for that, try to catch the freelance work. Because now I've actually given myself a taste of freedom again, fam. I'm like, man's not going back, bro. I know I'm going to probably, you know what I'm saying, as a fallback, you're looking at going back into the matrix, but everyone has their own thing. I feel like one thing you got to respect with the music balance is everyone's different, and it's what you're trying to take from it. If you're going into music management and someone's like, well, do you know what? I'm going to go 9 to 5, secure the bag, get to a stage where I can set up my own little distribution thing and then get a bit of traction. I'm going to go part-time now and I'm going to manage a few artists. Do your thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for me, I feel like
with music, it's very time pressured. Obviously, everything's got an expiry date. So when certain people are on a come up and it's like, rah, you're pressuring yourself to do this or you're pressuring yourself to do that by a certain stage or a certain age. I'm like, but a creative route is different, bro. Because you're trying to put that age, that time limit on making your thing bust. So you've got a company that holds up everything else you stand for. Do you know what I'm saying? Financially, as opposed to everyone else, they're trying to get the bag at a 9 to 5 to then do the this, to buy the this, to buy the that. Whereas we're trying to put that into that business to make the business flip all that money we need whilst we've got the time. But the creative freedom, it's something you cannot put money on, bro. And that's why when I saw the double S thing and he put a banding on pricing, I was like, when it gets to a certain price, once you're below a certain band, bro, go be a creative on a no-brainer. And if it's above a certain bag, of course you got to handle life. And if you got to do that and stack something, make sure when you get that bag, you're using that bag to put into your stuff. Because you can't just go there and come back and go, oh yeah, I used to be a so-and-so for 4 years in the city, made this much money. I'm not trying to be one of them man there telling my youths in it like, oh yeah, I produced back in the day. Yeah, I used to make beats. Fuck that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
the majority are like that. That's the thing.
You get me? So it's someone put out a thing. What's it? How do you or you guys deal with mental that's Stacks. So he's basically saying the mental health difference of being a creative and a balance between life and work, because obviously that's very crushing. That's crushing. You must have had days where you've got, maybe more me because I've been in that system in it, but going to work from being like almost Superman. I must have done a music video, bro. I done a music video in Marylebone with Troy and Daz.
Yeah,
killed it. It was a fashion party. Like his big label was there, like his fashion label. Bare like little like names and that. Got there. Everyone was suited and booted. We shelled it. Shot a music video. It was just unreal. Next day, my man dropping my man station, dropping next man here. I'm getting ready to go back to work. And in the morning, man's just a prick. I'm just another, you know what, mate? Yeah, sort this out. Do you know what I'm saying? 2 T's, I was rubbing shoulders with Donny's like worth like 3 times your net worth, innit? And they're rating man on a creative level, and they're like, listen, like, do you know what I'm saying? And it is crushing when you got to do that. Prep yourself to enjoy yourself. And in that moment where you're shelling your music or you're making your music or you're in the studio, that's your downtime. And then when you got to come back to work, and that's kind of that bit that kind of flattens your mood and that. I feel like there's got to be a balance in how you... 100.
That's an interesting one. I think to a certain extent, because I'm in a creative role by day.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not tied to that job. I just come in, do the work, get out. Like most of the time I've got earphones on, just listening to music. I'm not even interacting. I'm just like, give me the brief, I do the work, and then I'm getting out.
You out.
So like,
see, that's a nice space to be in though.
Yeah. Whereas the producer for Jungle Brown, like he was, as I said, he was a kitchen porter, and I remember him telling me about the depression, him telling me about like going from being that high on stage to like being in the kitchen, just like with dishes and whatnot, and he just
man said it's grounded. So I've seen the comments. One Dolly said it's grounded. It is grounded, fam. It is grounded.
Yeah, no, that's him, Tony Bones.
I swear, it is grounded. That's what I say. I rate that still because, bro, it's real. It's real.
Yeah,
it is real. And if someone asks you, "Oh, what do you do?" and if they don't see it, and you say, "Right, produce a songwriter," they're like, "Okay, cool." And then when they actually see your stuff, it's almost like they want to check your temperature, bro. They're like, "What's wrong with you, fam? Like, what are you doing here?" Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember working in the hospital. It was hell, fam. That place was that was tragic, fam. But I remember people saying, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Bro, I just got to secure the bag," and that was it. Man had a bit of flexibility with that job.
You're making me think now. It does happen to me every now and again, in the sense of like how people value you. So the last time that happened was about a month ago. I was working with this project manager. Yeah. And he just didn't give a shit. He just looked at me like a cog in a machine.
There you go.
And I was just like, bruv, like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, whether it's like with foster kids or social services or just the music, like they respect me for who I am. I'm not a cog.
Yeah.
And just like, so like in them situations, to be honest, what usually happens, I work with someone who's just shit. And it just makes me go more ham at night. I'm just I've got to get out of this. This is not the situation I'm going to be in the next 5 years. I've got to get out.
It's a reminder. It's a gentle reminder. I think when you said to me at Porsche, when was I reaching that stage? I think there's years. I think my 3rd year was when I was like, I could talk myself into just doing it. Because I just thought the sacrifice is going to come from working hard. And it was helping me. I'm not going to lie, because I was getting engagement where man's shelling music. And my oldest brother, he was telling me, bruv, you need to show people more of you. Because I used to just go work in it. If you see me, you see me. If you know what I'm driving, you know what I'm driving. Like, and it was one of them things that, not even being pretentious, if you're working at somewhere like Porsche, bruv, you're taking or you're transporting 120 bag whips. Like, you're driving cars that man them are rapping about. And I'm like, no, I can actually rap about them, bro, because we order them in, we import them in, we drive them, we actually, do you know what I'm saying? So I got to a stage where it's like, I started showing that, like, in the office today. Got to manage this, got to manage that. Boom, by night, man's in the studio. And people were loving it. They were like, bro, is that how you're getting on? Like, 160 bag whip, then you're going into the studio, then you're doing this, then you're handling your business, then... And that engagement was, people were showing, man, like, oh, raw, like, you're actually a real person.
I can imagine, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's inspiring and it's real.
Yeah.
So as you're saying, just like people like trying to keep up with the Joneses when they like, behind the scenes,
when they can't. That's what I'm saying.
The real.
I was showing them the real. I'm showing them. I was in a showroom in the morning after Kentish Town O2, bruv. Man's doing Kentish Town. Their man's in a 911 GTS, bruv, driving to Dunstable. Their man's on a train. Their man's back in a showroom. Yeah, plugged another car. Oh, sick, mad. All the drought days are drought today. Boom, bank's a bit dead. I'm gonna go home and just release. Like, go home. I've made like 3 beats in one night. People are like, how did you do that? Do you know what I'm saying? And then from that, the balance where I couldn't balance it anymore is when certain man I start to talk to you now, and you're starting to know your worth, and it's like, right, I'm really just a number. COVID hit. It's pressure sales. Man was in the office. It was snowing. They were doing maintenance one day. The internet and the phones were down. That's how we sell, bro. The internet and the phones were down. We was locked. Like, the whole showroom was closed, and they're telling man, yeah, come to work 8:30 sharp. It's snowing outside. COVID. Man, them are dying outside. It's a real thing. And I was like, right, I'm still in here. I remember just sitting in the showroom, struggling, fam. Like 8-hour shift, 9-hour shift. Just like, bruv, what's really going on here? Like, all for, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know how real it got, fam? Man, checked my P60, fam. I was like, how much dough did I actually make this year? I was like, cool. And then when I saw it, I was like, all right, cool. And I got my cousin. He was making similar money that I was making at Porsche, yeah? And bless him, them not saying labour right now, fam. He's having a child, yeah? And he's got that little freedom where he's getting into his properties, yeah? He's chilling in his yard and he's like, bruv, he's getting fed up because he makes a set amount. But I'm like, but you're in a position where you're making similar money or more to what I'm making at Porsche. But you ain't realising you can stop and go get your little DPD parcel from the door and go help your wife upstairs and go back downstairs and make a little juice. Man's out here doing X, Y, and Z. So I feel like the more you kind of appreciate those things when you're exposed to it, that's the wake-up call. So when man got my wake-up call, I just looked around that showroom like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, training day. Denzel, training day. That was me. I was like, okay, say no what? Is this how you lot are moving? Cool. I wrote my notice now for 2 months' time. And I told myself, the minute you hand that notice in, that's going to shock your clerk, fam. And the minute I gave my manager that notice, man's like, is this how you're feeling? I said, no, it's not how I'm feeling. This is what's happening, isn't it? Like, you get me? This is what's happening. And you see that day I had that notice, and it was go time, bruv. It was go time. Stacking, getting the visuals ready. I've got all my work in arrears. So if I have to go back to work, God knows, you ain't seeing no slacking from man when it comes to visuals, marketing, nothing. It's all coming out, bruv. It's all coming out. So it's just creating the work ahead of yourself now. So when you go back to the matrix, you got that balance where you're not stressing. It's not that mental aspect as well. So
yeah, and you know what? A big thing for me when I quit full time, I was just like, I was just looking at it like, look, like at the time, I was 25. I was like, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's my thing.
What's literally the worst that's gonna happen?
I know. It is true, and it's like, I ain't trying to be that man that like mid-40s going, do you know what?
Exactly.
Yeah, man was 27 that time. Yeah, fam. That like, I could have. And the worst thing is, with that sort of level of work I was doing, it's like, if you really want to go back into it, you can go back into it. If you have to swallow your pride and go back into it, you can do it. But man's not getting to like that age where I go, but I never jumped. And here I am now, and I'm stagnant after 6-7 years of doing this. And now I'm 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Man's still in the showroom. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And the one thing is, I think when I was working there, I respected what everyone's journey was. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's journey is different. 100%. When I was in that showroom, that place was some people's life. It was my life as well. So when I was there, it was real recognized rule. I'm putting my heart into that. I can't do that half-hearted. That level of job, you can't do half-hearted, innit? Yeah. And that's the only thing that made me think, okay, cool. There needs to be a balance now. There needs to be an expiry date on your thing here and your thing over there. And I can't let my thing over there slip now. So, I'm still working out, bro.
Like Tony's saying, like 1000%. Because even for me, like I've had a few offers recently,
Yeah.
full-time animation work, and it's like,
Yep.
I just can't do it because,
Yeah.
like, it's not even a 9 to 5. Like
Yeah.
they'll give you a brief and they want ideas, bro.
Yeah.
The ideas thing, like, it takes up too much headspace.
Yeah,
I just
you'd
gotta
rather
come
work to a
in.
brief and just get it cracking.
Yeah, and it's one of them, like, the reason why I don't get mental strain now, I'm in kind of a kind of process where it's like, it's very set. It's not templates, but it's very set, like, kind of things where it's just like, all right, boom, that's what I do, and then just do it. Whereas when it's like, all right, Rick, you're the creative director, think of the idea, get the other freelancers in, do this, do that. I'm like, yo, nah.
Yeah, but you see when they say that as well, you're also like, okay, get this done, get that done, get this done. Well, let me see my pay then. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, do you know what I'm saying? It's hard, bro. It's hard, and I think that's another thing. The brief situation, you'd rather get a brief and get the task done.
Yeah.
Or you got a man telling you, well, we're going to give you this full-time role. But the energy that they want from you and the time that they want,
it's beyond 9 to 5. You can't do it.
It's beyond what you're getting. It's beyond what you're getting because you're putting more of your energy into something where it's like, we've given you a set brief, but really and truly, they're leaving you to make everything happen, bro. It's not easy like that. So it's not fair, bro. So I understand that balance. But what I like from what you're telling me is it sounds like you're more in that space where you have a bit of that creative freedom in terms of where you was before. Whereas me, I feel like I'm making that transition now. Do you know what I mean? Because even one of my boys is on this now. He's gone into work, innit? So in this time when I've been off, because I understand how hard it is, the amount of stuff I've tried to pattern for him whilst I have this time off before I have to potentially work again. The amount of stuff I've done for my brother, he's saying to me, right, we want to produce X, Y, and Z. Let's write out the treatment. Man's writing it out whilst he's out in his van grafting. Because I'm like, I didn't get that opportunity whilst I was in the showroom. You get me? And it's not like a you owe me thing. I'm like, right, boom, stacks. We just done a verse. I'll master it. You go to work. Don't think about this today. I'm mastering it. My brother's out doing X, Y, and Z. I'm patterning the treatment. So when he comes back and we got to shoot on this date with Daz, I'm like, right, boom, this is the treatment. He can do his thing. He can get back in his van in the morning and he can go back to work, innit? Because it's going to get to that stage where,
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think for me, it's now someone just coming to us with the bag, really, but the facilities. Because the music game, as you would see, is not all people think, oh, when something comes out, it comes out and it busts. It's like, no, there was PR behind it. There was this behind it. There was that behind it. And it's just being like, trying to get on the other side of the glass ceiling with some of those connects. And it's like, we know if we get the bag from someone, the difference is, you might have seen this, certain man get money off of clout, yeah? And it's dangerous. Because when a label goes, here's 50 bags to do what you did, it busts, they make money. Right, go again. The man them's like, oh, okay, let's try again. Might get another one. Us man are sitting on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You give us the bag and ask us for it again. We're going to studio pretending we're making a new thing. It's there already from 2019. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you would know this as well. You've got substance to produce, like in terms of your music's good. So you're not stressing if someone goes, you're sick, here's 50 bags to do what you're doing. But now with that 50 bags, if you need visuals, you've got this connect and that connect to do your visuals, but you use your 50 bags out of the 50 bags to do this. You're not stressing, bro, because you know what you're capable of. Yeah. So I feel like with us now, it's getting to that stage of like, okay, you know your worth. You've got the consistency. You know what you've learned now. Now you're trying to turn this into like financials, but basically, like if I go part-time now, knowing that I'm getting freelance work, I'm winning. You hear what I'm saying? 100%. I come out of the showroom selling cars, going full-time, and I go part-time making half the money, but now I'm doing my freelance videography, editing services. I've got my beats getting sold here and there, streams, whatever. That's a win for me. You get me? Until you can drop that now and go, right, boom, I'm seeing enough from this. Let's do this as a collective. So it's hard, but at the same time, bro, nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. I
was going to say to you, how do you manage all the tasks? So like, because to be honest, I find it difficult to get into, all right, cool, I'm in video mode, I'm in music mode.
Yep.
Like, just that, juggling that.
It's hard because obviously, you know, with music, it's not really something you can say, right, so from 9 till 4, I'm in the office doing this. So when I get home at 6, I'm going to do this. It doesn't always flow like that. I think with me, how I manage it is, it's a weird one because Sundays used to be my days where I was just creative. And I realized why. It's because I had no work that day and I had nothing to do that day. So I used to basically, I'd pretty much make songs in arrears and have those and go back to them and listen back to them and then work on those and just push those. And anything that new that comes, if it prioritizes itself, then it's just a thing where it's like, I don't know. I don't even know. There's not even a process to it, fam.
Yeah.
It's not a process. If I was working for a client.
The reason why I was asking,
yeah.
Like, I'm thinking, like, let's say when, like, the music's popping off.
Yeah.
And then someone's saying, can you do a video over here?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, some beats over here. It's like, it's just managing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially when it's like freelance work for others. That's from talking to one of the producers that's in here. He finds it hard to like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I want to be like basically Pharrell, but engineering over here is getting me my bag over here. But it's just like I don't want to do it. I just want to be an artist for myself. You know what I mean?
Right. So, I see. No. I mean, no, that's a good point. I think when I was doing like services for other people, I would tell them if I was working, these are my days, innit? Okay. And then anytime like I would pencil something in, I just know you see that whole week, you ain't producing no music for yourself. But I don't mind that because I'm doing something down the route that I want to do. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if, say, for example, you said to me, right, boom, I need this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, cool. Thursday and Sunday was my day off at the time. So Thursday and Sunday is your day where I'm going to do this for you. And I just knew that whole week was written off, but there's a reward from it because I'm patterning stuff I want to pattern, innit? Yeah. And then that next week, I just go ham. I might, like you said, you're turning down work. I won't turn down work. If someone says, what day can you get this done for me? And I know I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I might want to produce on Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm telling them I'm going to get your stuff done on Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, I can produce. And then on Friday, I'm doing your stuff. So I'd say that's how I manage it still. And that's how I'd probably manage it going forward. Because you have to put you first in certain instances. But where music releases aren't instant, that's the beauty of my thing. Because I know I can edit someone's work first, knowing that when I go to finish one of my music videos, that video it's not necessarily getting seen for another 5 weeks. Because I've got a campaign and stuff. So you can kind of do yours first, shelve it, finish someone else's, get their stuff done, and then go back to yours later. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just one of them things, man. You get me? But I feel like creative individuals in general, not just musicians, they wear capes, but people don't realize, bro. They really do wear capes, so they don't understand it. You don't understand it, but it's when you came up with this discussion, this topic, I was like, fam, I'm jumping on this live. I was like, trust me, I'm jumping on this live because that is the biggest thing that every probably creative will ask themselves at some stage of whatever they're doing is music or the creative life balance is always going to be something that comes up. The 9 to 5, do I get this over here or do I try and do my thing? So,
man, because it's honestly it's been on my mind for time, and it's just like as I was saying, like the kind of let's say the transparency of the conversation is not there. It's like
it's not.
It's like, all right, cool, everyone's independent. All right, yeah, AGA Tracy's independent. But it's like, how is it really working? And like, it's almost like independence, like a buzzword. Yeah. So, yeah, bro, I'm glad I got you on.
100%.
100%.
Transparency, I think that's the biggest thing you say. They will never expose the real struggles like that. They will never really expose the real struggles. So they just show you the final product.
Yeah.
And everything's glossy.
I know it's difficult in the sense of like, at the end of the day, Instagram glorifies showreels anyway. So it's like, you don't want to show people the struggles, but yeah, it's that balance.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But that's how it goes. The only thing I'd think I've taken from it, or I'd say to people, is like, when you're balancing that music or your creativity, like you're doing film, you're doing freelance work, I think the biggest thing you just have to do is you have to be integral. Because everyone's obviously different ages and stuff. Not everyone's in a position where they're young enough to say, do you know what, like, I'm just going to do this now, and if it fucks up, I'll do this later. Other people at that stage where it's like, no, I've got to do the 9 to 5 balance or whatever. But I feel like integrity is one thing that's going to surface if you make the wrong decision when you take one or other routes. Do you know what I'm saying? If you take that job route, you will look up after 2 years, you go, right, I just lost 2 years. Because COVID was my wake up. COVID was my wake up to be like, right, how long have I been at Porsche now? I was like, right, I'm on my 3rd year. Like, it was like that.
Yeah. I think there's a wake up for everyone, bro.
Yeah, bro. Or it was like, oh, when did I last release so-and-so? Yeah, so we did this, and this. And I'm seeing on like, my Instagram thing, or my Snapchat, 3 years today. And it's like me, Daz, and them, man, under a bridge filming this mad visual that no one's even seen yet. And I'm like, whoa, 3 years. But on that day when I was filming that, I would have thought I'd gone clear in 2 years from then. So, you know what I'm saying?
But no, I love that you brought that up. Integrity, that is key.
Yeah, man.
100%.
Definitely integrity.
You don't want to be living a lie. Like, you just got to go with what your heart says.
Yeah, 100. 100%. But yeah, man, no, it's been a solid conversation still. Solid 100%. Conversation. But there's more to come as well.
The one thing I want to say though,
yeah,
I know that you're gonna be selling production, like, so you produce Home by 8.
Everything, bro. Everything,
that sound, I was talking to someone about this the other day, but that kind of jazzy trap sound is untapped. Like, I see Nux is doing it, and like, you know, DC maybe, like,
DC's
they're
delving
in a
there.
Similar sound lane. That sophisticated trap, like, I've been saying it to everyone I talk to, like, it's untapped. So like, I'm looking forward to hearing more of that. I might have to buy a few of your beats for sure.
Bro,
like, if that's
the new tape is like 4 or 5 of those. Like, all the music moving forward, there's gonna be a couple of things, like the next release you're gonna see probably is a couple singles to get like bit of traction. So there's gonna be more visuals coming out. They're gonna be like older work, but like obviously new sounds. So they're gonna come out first. We've got one garage tune in the works as well. So that's gonna obviously coming into summer. British summer is dead, but we're gonna get that moving. And then that sound, the Home by 8 August, is when we're gonna drop the tape where it's primarily all songs like that, all different tempos, but it's that set sound. You're gonna see more of that still.
Shit.
So yeah, should do alright still.
I have to say that because like I've been like, that's half the reason why I've got into production, because I've been saying for time, like we Jungle Brown, we had a song that called Vices that was kind of that kind of vibe, and everyone was always like, it just it got traction. Everyone was loving it. I think
you have to tap into it still.
Daily, and it's like, we didn't know at the time. We're just doing what we're doing, innit? Yeah. And over time, where you see like trap, most of the time it's just all the way turned up. It's just that little pocket that most people
no one's touching. Onto. So yeah, but there's gonna be more of that, man. There's gonna be more of that. But definitely, once I got the track train up, I'll shout you, because you'll be able to go through that and see what's there as well. So
track trailer is track train. BeatStars?
Yes, yeah. Track train's like BeatStars. Track train's another one still where a lot of, I would probably say like in the last 2-3 years, a lot of producers used to put their music up on. But track train, I felt like, is a place where it's a bit more safeguarded, where people aren't just listening to your stuff and biting your sound. That's the only thing to be careful with them producer sort of pages, because you could put up beats and someone goes, oh, I like this, but it's not quite hitting hard enough. I can make this, and then they'll go back and make it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, track train's a good one. But once I get the track train up, Fiverr, I'll post them anyway. I'll send you a few of them so you know all the platforms so you can compare. But yeah, once I get all those services up, they'll be up pretty much within the next 2-3 days. I would say by the end of the weekend, you'll be able to see where you can purchase your beats from, where you want to get your songs mastered, where you can tap in to get videography work on different stages, different budgets. Even if it's color grading and you've got unfinished projects that need doing, we're going to be onto it still. So that's the new thing. But yeah, until then, just going to create, fam. That is it. Just going to create.
Amazing. Nah, bro, honestly, it's been a sick chat, and
I love.
There's definitely some gems, so I'm gonna have to listen through, and I'm gonna, you know, I do like a little quote from the video. Like I've already heard a few, noted them, but I'm gonna watch through again, and I'll.
Alright, say less.
I'll post it up to you.
Alright, safe, man.
But yeah, bro. No one asked any questions. Yo,
no, there's nothing else on there still. Yeah.
What's Tony saying? It takes away from the soul of life. Yeah. Yo, guys, look. If anyone's got a quick question, we can do it still, but otherwise, we're rolling out.
Yeah, I think that's it, because I saw a couple little questions that come through, but we kind of answered them.
Yeah, answered them on the fly. You're more attentive to that. Like I was just listening, but
no, I was only clocking it. I only clocked it like halfway through when certain people said, "Yo," like they were asking certain things, but it gets real. I feel like questions aren't being answered when it comes to these things, like whether it's sports, whether it's music, whether it's people aren't really getting the answers that they want to really see, like the realistic truth. But do you know what I'm saying? We're just putting it out there, man, because it's real. It's real out here, fam. It's real.
Yes, I might get Daz on very soon. I haven't told him yet, but definitely it'd be good to get his perspective of like, being a creative, because I know he was gonna transition with his video work. And in the sense of just like wanting to be creative in video direction.
Yeah.
But the clients are not.
Oh no, I see that with Daz. Me and Daz, we've had those discussions. I would say that's a good one still. Get Daz on there to talk about that balance, bro, because he can tell you the 9-to-5 balance, and then tell you what he wants against what he's got to take in and work with.
Yeah.
I understand that as well. You probably come across that, yeah. So there's so many
bro.
topics, man.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, 100%. We'll keep in touch and shout, man.
Definitely, when the tracks are up, definitely send it to me because that sound, that's my way. Honestly,
you're on that, yeah. Sick, man. Oh yeah, no, thanks for having me. And there'll be more workouts soon, anyway. Yeah. All right, shout you, man.
Yeah.
Easy.